What's going on? We're back with another week of NFL football. We're going to be hopping into the Thursday night game with the Ravens traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucs. Jumping right into the stats, we'll see that the Ravens are averaging just under 26 points per game, just under 200 passing yards per game, and right around 156 rushing yards per game, while they're giving up 23 points per game, 280 passing yards allowed per game, and they're allowing just over 105 rushing yards per game. The Bucs, on the other hand, offensively are averaging 17.7 points per game. They're averaging just over 277 passing yards a game and right around 64 rushing yards per game. And defensively, they're giving up 17.7 points per game, 210.4 passing yards allowed per game, and a little over 118 rushing yards allowed per game. Looking at the stats, we'll see that the Ravens have had the more explosive offense to this point this season, while defensively the Bucs have had the more stout defense as they're only giving up 17 or so points per game. The Bucs are much more experienced when it comes to the secondary and defending the pass, although for this game they're missing quite a few of their DBs, so we might be able to see Lamar have a little bit of success through the air. But the Ravens offense has, at times succeeded through the air, but they're going to rely on their rushing game, and the Bucs defense has struggled to defend the rush at times. Also, offensively, as we can see, the Ravens are a bit balanced, while the Bucs are very reliant on Tom Brady and their passing game. I believe they're last in the NFL in rushing yards and attempts per game. So, don't expect the Bucs to, try and run the ball over the Ravens. I think they'll rely on Tom. They may get a little bit more back to the run this week since they have been struggling with throwing the ball so much as they are below 500 with their record, but I would expect Tom to throw the ball more than they will run the ball. Now, getting into the against the spread stats, we'll see the Ravens are 2-4-1 overall this season, but as an away team and an away favorite, they're 2-1 against the spread. So they've struggled to cover at home, but on the road, they're doing a pretty good job of covering the spread. The Bucs, on the other hand, are pretty similar to the Ravens. They're 2-5 overall this season, and they're 0-3 as a home team when covering the spread. So they struggle to cover the spread in general, but they have yet to do it when they are the home team. Then, in terms of the over/unders, Baltimore's 2-5 in overs this season, and they're 1-2 on the road, while the Bucs are 1-6 in overs this season, and they're 1-2 at home. I would fully expect this game to go under. I mean, that's kind of what the records are telling you. Baltimore is going to play, ball possessive offense. They're going to try and run the ball, dominate the clock, keep the ball out of their opponent's hands. And the Bucs, they just are good defensively. They're not where they've been in years past, but they're still solid with the talent they have, and they're struggling to put up points themselves, which is why they're struggling to hit any of these overs. Looking at the line movement for this game, the spread originally opened up with the Ravens as 3.5 point favorites. Now this line has fluctuated quite a bit, but at the time I'm recording this, the Ravens have moved to +1. I believe yesterday they were favored, so this line's kind of all over the place. Um, I like the Ravens to cover. If you take a look at the stats and the against the spread records, I would definitely rock with the Ravens. The point total opened up at 44.5, and it's slightly increased and moved to 45.5 points. So again, kind of a low total, as I kind of mentioned. Both teams are not hitting the over all that much, so I don't blame them for a low total. But 75% of the public is on the Ravens to cover, so they're kind of in the same boat as I am. They're expecting the Ravens to cover, especially getting points. Now my pick for this game, I kind of mentioned. I'm not going to touch the spread. In fact, I'm going to go with the Ravens money line. You get plus odds since they are 1 point dogs, so I think it's good value there. And the Ravens should have success against the Bucs when it comes to running the ball. They struggle to defend the run, and they struggle to run the ball themselves in terms of the Bucs. So I think the Ravens are going to have success here running the ball, which should help them control the game and dominate the trenches in this game. And then the under also is in play here. 45.5 might be a little tricky, which in my parlay, you'll see I have a little something for that. But both teams, I think, will attempt to run the ball. The Ravens will have success. The Bucs, I don't know. It's, kind of up in the air. But if they do run the ball, then even better. It's more suited for the under. So those are my thoughts I do have a parlay here cooked up. As you can see on the screen, it's going to be Ravens money line, and that's at plus odds right now. You're going to get under 53.5 points. So the line's at 45.5, and I added an extra possession to it, so I added 8 points to it, just in case there's a touchdown scored late in the game or something, a garbage time touchdown. I just added I wanted to add a possession just to be safe, and then we've got Gus Edwards over 25 plus rushing yards. Now, the only reason I went with 25 and not more is because it's a little uncertain who's going to be dominating the carries for the Ravens backfield. But the Ravens are committed to running the ball, and the Bucs are not the greatest team at stopping the run. So I would like to think that Gus Edwards in 10 or 11 carries is going to be able to get 25 plus yards. So just a little another prop there to boost the odds a little bit from plus 100 to plus 140 or 160 or whatever it would get you to. But those are my thoughts for the parlay for this game. That's what I'm going to be rocking with. If you have any thoughts towards this game, or you agree, you disagree, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you enjoy the video, please leave a like. And if you're looking for more of these, then definitely hit the subscribe button. But that's all I got for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.